He's not just your stereotypical awkward nerd. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Sheldon Cooper moments.
Who do we love?
Penny.
Who do we love?
Benny.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're focusing on Dr. Cooper's most memorable moments from The Big Bang Theory that made us laugh, cry, and love him just a little bit more.
Penny, 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 penny.
Number 10, Rock, Paper, Scissors, Lizard, Spock.
How does it work?
Oh, it's very simple. Scissors cuts paper, paper covers rock. Rock crushes lizard, lizard poisons Spock. Spock smashes scissors, scissors decapitates lizard, lizard eats paper, paper disproves Spock, Spock vaporizes rock, and as it always has, rock crushes scissors.
It's not unusual for Sheldon to butt heads with his friends when making plans, and he almost always gets his way. The audience first learns about rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock when it's used to settle a disagreement between Raj and Sheldon over what to watch on TV.
I'll tell you what, how about we go rock, paper, scissors?
Well, I don't think so. No. Anecdotal evidence suggests that in a game of rock, paper, scissors, players familiar with each other will tie 75 to 80% of the time due to the limited number of outcomes. I suggest rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Sheldon says the game, originally invented by Sam Cass and Karen Brila, is meant to lower the odds of a draw. However, when your friends are all big Star Trek fans, it may not have the right effect.
Rock, paper, scissors, Spock!
Number 9, Sheldon tells Amy he loves her.
Did you go to your prom?
No. I had a date with a proper education.
It's prom night, but Sheldon is reluctant to go. After learning about post-prom mating rituals, panic sets in and gets even worse when he sees Amy all dressed up. Determined to not miss another prom herself, Amy gears up to tell Sheldon that she loves him, but he beats her to the punch.
There's something else I've been wanting to say, but before I do, I want you to know that you don't have to say it back. I know you're not ready, and I don't want you to say it just because social convention dictates
I
that
love you too.
In a very Sheldon Cooper way, however, science takes precedence when he tells her that he originally mistook his feelings for a brain parasite. Also, despite the touching moment, he remains a stickler for the rules and kicks a hyperventilating Amy out of his room. Ain't love grand?
Just because I love you doesn't mean girls are allowed in my room.
Number 8, Sheldon is the Flash. If there's one thing for sure, it's that change is not welcome when Sheldon is around.
Look, I know our winter thermostat setting is 72 degrees, but I'm a little warm, so I'm gonna turn it down.
When Leonard turns down the thermostat, Sheldon imagines himself as the Flash racing to the Grand Canyon to vent his anger. This is not the only time we see the Flash as Sheldon's alter ego, as in a Season 2 episode, a coffee-filled Sheldon zooms around the living room in a bright red costume. But what makes this particular scene so funny is how his nonchalant response to Leonard completely contradicts the melodrama in his head.
Fine.
Number 7, Sheldon proposes to Amy.
So tell me about your scalar dark energy experiment.
Not till you tell me about your latest paper on quantum loop theory.
Oh, you must be one of those dessert before dinner people.
You just made her laugh. Something's wrong.
You could call Sheldon a lot of things, but spontaneous would not be one of them. Amy is away at Princeton, and Ramona Nowitzki is lurking around the unsuspecting Sheldon, much to the gang's concern. When she kisses him, a confused Sheldon excuses himself and leaves.
We're colleagues. I'm currently in a relation. Excuse me a moment.
The audience becomes mystified as they watch Sheldon's seemingly random journey across the country. But when Amy answers the door, we're just as surprised as she is to see Sheldon on one knee, with a ring in his hand and a very important question.
Will you marry me?
Number 6, meeting Stephen Hawking.
You still going to tell him about you-know-who?
Yep.
Still gonna introduce him?
Not on your life.
They say don't meet your heroes, but when Howard tells Sheldon that he'll be working with Stephen Hawking, Sheldon will do anything to meet his idol. Howard takes advantage of Sheldon's desperation and thinks up a bunch of humiliating tasks to give his friend. But the most embarrassing moment for Sheldon is when he finally meets Professor Hawking and presents him with a paper he wrote.
Professor Hawking, it's an honor and a privilege to meet you, sir.
I know.
Sheldon is quickly brought down to earth when the famous physicist points out an arithmetic error. In fact, he literally hits the ground as he faints from humiliation.
Oh gosh golly, I made a boo-boo. And I gave it to Stephen Hawking.
Great. Another fainter.
Number 5. Sheldon and Amy engage in coitus. Audiences were just as surprised as Penny and Bernadette when Sheldon announced that he was ready to get intimate with Amy.
Okay, well, what's the third option?
Wait, that I have coitus with her.
As Sheldon and Amy hit the sack, both are nervous and awkward, but in a very uncharacteristic way. Sheldon reassures Amy by reminding her that this is a first time for them both.
I've been waiting for this for so long. I've just built it up in my head. I don't know what to expect.
Neither do I. But we can find out together.
When we return to the post-coitus lovers, Amy's expression is priceless, but it's Sheldon's declaration that this should become an annual activity that really cracks us up. Sheldon and Amy, or Shamey, are totally adorkable, and we can't help but feel so happy for them as they take the next step in their relationship.
Well, I enjoyed that more than I thought I would.
Me too.
Number 4. Sheldon gets drunk. Getting up in front of a crowd isn't easy for most people, and even Dr. Sheldon Cooper gets stage fright.
I can't do this. I'm going to faint.
Right here, drink this. It'll relax you.
Alcohol? I don't drink alcohol.
Fine, faint.
When Sheldon is expected to give a speech while accepting an award, his friends try to help him overcome his fear. But when that fails, Penny turns to alcohol to ease his nerves.
I'm ready!
This is not the first time the friends have slipped Sheldon a little something, so we know that the results will be hilarious.
I'm back.
But even though it's memorable for the audience, it's not so memorable for Sheldon, as it takes a YouTube video the following morning to remind him of the night's performance.
If we had access to higher dimensions, we could move our pants around our bodies through the fourth dimension. And our days of dropping trousers would be over.
Number 3. Penny and Sheldon sing Soft Kitty. Getting sick is never fun, but at least we can always sing Soft Kitty to make it better.
Sing Soft Kitty to me.
In this episode, a drugged-up Penny convinces Sheldon to sing the song to her after she dislocates her shoulder. Penny tries to jazz it up by demanding they sing it in as a round.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur. So that's where you come in. I'll start over.
After a little bit of reluctance, Sheldon goes along with it, but it's his face of confusion and shock that makes this version of the song so memorable. It seems to work though, as Penny looks positively delighted at the end of the song. All together now.
Soft kitty, warm kitty, little ball of fur.
warm kitty,
Happy kitty, sleepy kitty,
happy kitty,
purr,
sleepy
purr.
kitty.
Number 2. The best Christmas gift.
All right, you know what? Forget it. I'm not giving you a present.
No, he's too late. I see it. That elf sticker says to Sheldon.
Sheldon and Penny's bond never fails to provide us with laughs. Much to Sheldon's annoyance, Penny has bought him a Christmas present, so he devises a plan to ensure that whatever he gets her is of equal value.
I'll look up the price of her gift online, choose the basket closest to that value, give it to her, and then I'll return the others for a full refund.
However, Sheldon gets more than he bargained for when he unwraps a napkin signed and used by Leonard Nimoy.
A napkin?
Turn it over.
To Sheldon, Live long and prosper. Leonard Nimoy.
Totally overwhelmed, Sheldon gives Penny all the gift baskets he can carry, but also shows his gratitude with a hug, despite his well-known aversion for human contact. It's a Saturnalia miracle.
It's not enough, is it? Here.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
I still don't get it.
I'm the Doppler effect.
Okay, if that is some sort of learning disability, I think it's very insensitive.
Leonard! Leonard, I'm sick! Leonard! Leonard, I'm sick! Leonard! We're going to clean it up and make it pretty. My own, my love, my precious.
Number 1. The Ball Pit of Bazingas.
Sheldon, what the hell are you doing?
Same thing I've been doing for 3 days, trying to figure out why electrons behave as if they have no mass when traveling through a graphene sheet.
Sheldon is stressed, sleep-deprived, and stumped by science. In a desperate attempt at a breakthrough, he breaks into a ball pit, and security calls Leonard to help remove Sheldon from the premises.
If you don't come out of there, I'm gonna have to drag you out.
You can try, but you'll never catch me.
Leonard tries to coax his roommate out, but when Sheldon refuses, he's forced to dive in. Leonard's attempt to dig his way through the ball pit is funny, but Sheldon's childlike stubbornness will have you in stitches. In fact, an extended scene at the end of the episode shows that even Jim Parsons struggled to keep a straight face. Bazinga.
Bazinga. Bazinga!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.